Bold's army advances on the lakemen from behind, and Bard knows nothing of this attack. We need someone to deliver Bard a warning.
The battle is fierce and dangerous. Who stands the best chance of making his way through?
I can do it. They can't hit me if they can't see me, and I'm faster than those ugly goblins.
You have completed your tasks, Bilbo, and I would rather not risk you to this terrible battle. But if you are determined to go, I will not stop you. Lose both your ring and your wits.
If we lose Bard, we lose the day. Good luck, Bilbo.
Welcome back to the Hobbit walkthrough, everybody. This is Chapter 11, and also the final chapter, The Clouds Burst.
It is a difficult task, but I know you can do it. Deliver the warning to Bard.
If we lose Bard, we lose the day. Good luck, Bilbo.
I wish I had some gift to give you.
Why is that, little one?
When my friends were locked in your cells, I burgled a few things from your halls.
You have more than paid for your trespasses, O Bilbo the Magnificent. I name you Elf Friend. May your shadow never grow less, or stealing would be too easy.
Okay, something to note about this chapter is that the courage points are infinite, at least to the best of my knowledge, so I will not be totaling them up after a certain point. I will, however, point out courage points in the level. For instance, there are 3 green courage points and a pink courage point that I just picked up, and I also picked up 4 red courage points earlier.
The goblins are nothing. Carnage and savagery. We will win this day. We must. Goblins may love the stench of battle. The elves know there is no glory in all this death.
I will defend King Thranduil to the last.
The first chest of this chapter contains a health potion.
I'm sorry, but I don't have time to talk.
The goblins are many, and we are few. I fear there's no hope of reinforcements.
There is another chest over here. It contains 2 health potions and an antidote potion.
Get to Bard, little one. You must deliver that message. No time for talk, Hobbit.
That's all the collectibles in the starting area, so proceed forward.
Cowards! Come out, boys!
Those goblins have us pinned down! Use your ring and get us out of here, Bilbo!
Before you save the dwarves, there are 2 green courage points behind this pillar over here.
Help us, Bilbo! Slay the goblins, Bilbo! You're the only one who could do it! Help us, Bilbo!
To save the dwarves, put on the ring and walk to the very back of the line of goblin soldiers. Be careful not to get hit by their explosive arrows, because each explosive arrow that hits you will deal a whopping 15 units of health damage. Then, use regular sword strikes, not jump attacks, to take out the goblins one by one, starting with the goblins at the very back. If you use jump attacks, the other goblins are more likely to become aware of you. Don't forget that you can back up as an attack hits you to block it.
You're a true warrior, Bilbo. We owe you our lives.
There isn't anything else to do here other than grab mushrooms for health, so proceed up the ladder to the next area. At this point, you should have... Down here are 5 wargs that you don't need to worry too much about killing since the courage points in this level are infinite. However, because this is a walkthrough, I'm going to kill them anyway. If you do choose to fight this part out, you can just kill the wargs with normal sword combos. There are some freestanding courage points back here. Anyway, whenever you're ready to move on, follow the blue courage points up and out of the area. When you go up here, if you turn to the right, you will come to another chest. Jump down onto the wooden platform the same way I do here in order to get it. If you go down the ladder instead, you may be damaged by the spikes that pop up out of the ground when you jump up to get the chest. This chest contains 50 silver pennies, 2 health potions, and an antidote potion. Then, go back the way you came. Pole jump across the cracked spot in the bridge and get the chest. This chest contains 100 silver pennies, an antidote potion, and a health potion. Next, jump off the bridge to the next area. Normally, there are 4 wargs down here, but in this run there were only 3, so I think one of them may have gotten stuck somewhere. Once again, since this is a walkthrough, I killed those wargs, but killing them is optional. You can just run on by. There's a health potion on the ground over there. Once you grab the 3 blue courage points, and if you've killed everything and gotten all the courage points up to this point, you should have...
Someone stop that catapult!
Put the ring on and run by these first couple of sections of enemies. They are infinitely respawning, so I won't be keeping track of courage points anymore. These next couple of goblin miners and the goblin soldier do not respawn, so that's why I'm killing them. Remember that you can back up to block the goblins' attacks. There are 3 green courage points and a pink courage point back there. Then, kill the next set of goblins. To take out a barrier such as this one, walk back and forth along the barrier until the catapult targets you and blows an opening in the barrier. Feel free to kill any stray goblin soldiers you find here. When you're ready to move on, climb up the rocks and kill the goblin operating the catapult. Then, operate the catapult yourself to clear a path forward. Then, you can operate the catapult a few more times to kill the goblin soldiers that just entered the area. There are a few red courage points behind the catapult that you can grab here. Then, further behind the catapult, there's a bunch of mushrooms that you can grab, and also a cowardly goblin that you can talk to.
I give up! I give up! Blasted dwarves and cursed elves! I'm through with this fight! I was made to swing a pick, not a sword. I was made to swing a pick, not a sword. Please, take pity on me.
When you're ready to move on, head down and go through the wall that you destroyed with the catapult. Just so you are aware, I don't see the point of totaling up items again for quite some time. The number of silver pennies and the number of chests both stay the same for quite a while. Courage points are infinite, so they don't really matter, and all the quests are mandatory, so you can't miss any of them.
Someone help me!
Corwin! I have to help him!
This next part isn't all that difficult. Just run up to the goblin soldiers to distract them from killing Corwin, and then combo them all with sword attacks.
I didn't think I was going to survive, Hobbit. Thank you.
I'm looking for Bard.
You'll have to go through there, but it's full of goblins. I'll help. While you run through the gauntlet, I'll pick off the goblins with my bow. Ready?
Do I have a choice?
I'm only blowing up these barrels because I like explosions. Anyway, follow Corwin and climb the ladder.
Have an arrow, goblin! And one for you, too! I've got you, Bilbo! Come on through! Let's shoot it!
The goblins here respawn infinitely, so put on the ring and walk past them. There are exploding rocks here if you're looking for a fight, but that's completely optional. There are also a few courage points back along the right wall. Climb the vine here, walk forward, and then drop into the trench on the left to meet up with Bard.
What are you doing here, Bilbo?
Gandalf sent me. A large troop of goblins flanks you from behind.
So, we have a party on the way. Sounds like fun. Much thanks, Bilbo. Now, get back to Gandalf. This is no place for a hobbit.
When I go to fight these goblins here, I like to move up the right side with the One Ring on, just to lessen the possibility of getting hit by the goblin soldiers' explosive arrows. And once again, the explosive arrows deal 15 units of health damage each. I should be noting that killing all of these goblins is completely optional, but if you do kill all of them, you can get a slight reward. There are a few red courage points up on the right, and then there are 2 more goblin soldiers on the bridge. The slight reward I mentioned is that once you kill all of the goblins here, you can go back to Bard and talk to him one more time for an additional line of dialogue.
Get back to Gandalf, Bilbo! Get out of here, now!
Next, proceed up the rocks and across the bridge and be on your way. Once again, I do really like explosions. There are 3 pink courage points across the bridge here. Anyway, just keep following the trail of blue courage points.
Hello there. Enjoying yourself? Your passage back to the Elven King is blocked. Just follow this path and you will meet up with the elf Lianna. Stay with Lianna. She will protect you. I have other business I must attend to.
In this next area, there are a lot of goblins. It's completely feasible to run by them all and continue on your way, but because this is a walkthrough, I'm going to fight this out. Remember to back up to block enemy attacks and also to jump attack if the enemies block you. It's pretty hard to avoid taking a fair amount of damage here, but by this point in the game you should have a large enough health pool that you can take quite a few hits without any major problems. It's also quite difficult to save any of your allies here. I think the most I have ever managed to save was 2. Bear in mind that you can jump attack to break the Goblin Guard's shields, and then they won't be able to block nearly as often. There are mushrooms back by where you came in to replenish your health. Now, if you go over here and then go around the corner, there are a lot of courage points back here. Then, just continue up the rocks and follow the blue courage points. There's an easy-to-see group of courage points over here.
What have we here?
Bilbo, get out of here. Goblin reinforcements are advancing. You'll have to go through there. Go, Bilbo, go!
The goblins here respawn infinitely, so don't worry about killing them. To get out of this area, put on the ring, and then go up and climb the ladder with the blue courage points on it. Then, go around here to the left and kill the goblins you see. If you blow up the explosive barrels here, you will at the very least do damage to this goblin soldier, and then there's a goblin miner around the corner that you will completely destroy. There's a green courage point at the base of this platform that you can grab. Anyway, climb the ladder here and then jump off of this platform to the other side of the nearby barrier. Then, climb to the top of the next platform and grab the ladder's switch lever. When you jump off, you can sneak jump attack this goblin soldier for an instant kill. Then, go back and climb the ladder near the catapult. On your way, you can grab these green courage points. Now, if you don't have all 27 health upgrades, this is the place to farm for them. If you wish to farm, the goblin guards here all respawn infinitely, and Lianna will just keep killing them, so you can use your ring and then go grab the courage points they drop. If you wish to help out, you can use the explosive rocks and the regular rocks on the left. They all respawn infinitely as well. There's also a Waters of Vigor potion on the ground near Lianna. The Waters of Vigor potion does not respawn. Anyway, when you're ready to move on, go place the ladder's switch lever in the control box by the catapult. Then, climb the ladder and interact with the blue barrel to clear the way forward.
Great work, Bilbo. Gandalf sent me to find Beorn. I need to hold this position. Tell Beorn that Bolg is advancing from the north. Beorn is the only one who can defeat Bolg. Beorn is a skin changer and will be in the shape of a large black bear. Find Beorn, Bilbo. Go!
Next, go over and jump to the ladder across the gap that you just broke open. There are some goblin miners on these islands, but they should be pretty trivial at this point. You should do your best to keep moving during this section, because there is a catapult that is targeting you. If you stop moving, its projectiles will hit you and deal damage. Once you finish making your way across this lake, you will be able to meet up with Beorn.
Oh!
Nice work. Goblins are an evil lot. No goodness in them whatsoever. If you're an enemy of the goblins, Then you're a friend of mine.
I'm Bilbo. I have a message from Gandalf.
I thought he might send someone a little bigger.
Bolg advances from the north. We need you to defeat him. Perhaps I can help.
Let's see what you can do. Follow me.
For this next part, you will need to follow Beorn, so just climb this chain and then follow the blue courage points.
Drop that bridge, Bilbo!
Continue around to where Beorn is, and then you will need to follow the path on the right. Just follow the blue courage points until you eventually come to a chain. When you climb this chain, put on the ring to avoid catching the attention of goblins up above. When you jump off the chain, you can try to gain an advantageous position before taking off the ring, but this can be hard to do. Just remember, back up to block the goblins' attacks, and then jump attack if they do block you. You can try to use this little niche back here so as not to get surrounded by the goblins. Once the fight is over, jump onto the chain, climb to the very top, and then jump off and grab the final chest. This chest contains 4 health potions and an antidote potion. You really should pick this up after the previous battle. If you have the maximum number of health potions, the health potions in the chest will automatically be consumed and go straight into replenishing any health that you have lost. Then, climb back down the chain, and then continue over to where the bridge you are supposed to lower comes out. To lower the bridge, throw a rock and detonate the explosive barrel by the crank. Next, continue following Beorn. At this point, you should have in this final section, there are 4 goblin mages holding Beorn captive with an immobilization spell. We'll have to free Beorn by triggering the 4 blue barrels that are scattered around the area. This section does have a time limit, so don't take too long. The time limit is represented by Beorn's health bar. Once that hits 0, you lose. To start things off, put on the ring and sneak past all of the fighting going on down here. It is possible to kill all of the goblins here and still win, but you will be shorter on time if you try to do that. Anyway, jump up these blocks and then follow the blue courage points around and trigger the first blue barrel. Then, turn around, climb the ladder, and continue following the blue courage points. It's completely optional to kill this goblin miner here. Then, pole jump off of this ledge to ensure that you make it across. And once again, it's completely optional to kill this goblin guard over here. Anyway, go ahead and trigger the second blue barrel. Next, turn around, follow the blue courage points to the chain, and ride it across the gap. Once you're on the other side, carefully jump over the spike circles and then trigger the third blue barrel. Try not to fall, as that can cost you a good amount of time. Hop onto the chain, climb up, jump up to the next ledge, and then follow the path around. Carefully jump over the first two sets of spikes, and then you can pole jump over the third set of spikes, although I didn't quite do it successfully this time. Anyway, follow the path around and trigger the final blue barrel to end both the chapter and the game.
Beorn crushed Bolg, the Goblin King. The goblins were dismayed, but not defeated. Suddenly, Bilbo saw the eagles, but then a stone struck his head, and he saw no more. The battle raged around him, a battle of 5 armies. The goblins were driven from the lonely mountain, but Thorin, king under the mountain, lay dying. He asked Bilbo for forgiveness. In his heart, he wished he had been more like the Hobbit, valuing food and cheer above hoarded gold. The old prophecies had come true. The dragon was gone, and gold flowed down from the mountain to rebuild Lake Town. Men, elves, and dwarves had a new chance to unite against future dangers. Bilbo bade farewell to his friends, took only 2 small chests of gold, and began his journey home. He had many hardships and adventures before he got back, but that's another story.